going to do a real quick tutorial on how I created the TV off effect for the lead-in video that I use for my SlickThought screencast that I put on my website, slickthought.net. I was surprised at the number of requests for a tutorial. I just kind of threw this out there for grins and giggles, and it seems like after a year I've actually got a few requests. So let me bang this out. I am not a Sony Vegas pro user or whatever. I just kind of mess around in here trying to get stuff done. So if I get some of the terminology or if there's a better way to do this, people feel free to comment. So to get started, just a standard text media layer here with SlickThought Productions being listed inside of it, and then just a bitmap background of this thing called Sky Ripple, which was I forget where I got this, but it's just kind of a wavy background pattern that I have. And then so the first thing that I did is on that wavy background is I applied two video effects. I put a bump map and then a TV simulator. And on the bump map, if you look, all I did, and you can obviously play with the settings however you want, is from one keyframe to another here, I just kind of moved the bump map around to give the feel of a little bit of, I don't know, I was trying to go for a little bit of a ripply kind of look or whatever on top of that bitmap that I had already. Seemed to be halfway effective. And then I used the TV simulator. Again, you can play with the various settings that you want to use here, you know, with what kind of interlacing and the vertical spacing and all that kind of stuff in the phosphorus. And then I just, again, set some keyframes here you can take a look at. Most of this happens over about a 4.5 second interval or so. I'm just going to play with that, have it roll, and give that TV effect, which I imagine most Sony Vegas people probably are familiar with, you know, using the different effects and maybe even the TV simulator effect in general. So probably the piece that most people are interested in is how do I actually make then the picture disappear and collapse down like the frame disappearing, or the TV picture disappearing. So what I did is on this very last frame, so I'll just back up one frame, is I just took a picture of the very last frame of what the environment kind of looked like right before I started the TV disappearing effect. And this is real easy to do. After I took that picture, I just stuck it in here on my media track and then applied 3 different effects to it. The light ray effect, the Gaussian filter, and then the lens flare. And so if you look here, and again, you can play with these however you want. The light ray is what's, you know, is really the driving focus behind collapsing down the picture. So as you play with the light ray effect, you can really make it kind of with the bounding radiuses here, really cause it to collapse down and mush up. The Gaussian blur applies a little bit of a blur effect over a period of time. Everybody's probably familiar with that. And then the lens flare is just that flash of light that starts to kind of form there in the middle as we go. So that is really all there is to it. Just a quick video, and then obviously some dissolve and wavy text at the end, which I imagine most people are with. But that's probably the heart and soul of it. So hopefully that helps folks out who are interested.